I want to explain, but I know people won't understand. Like, what chemical and what were you exposed to? And on an airplane? You know, when you have these airplanes in the air every day, how many thousands of airplanes and trips? And it's very, very sad. I was a new grandma and I couldn't even remember my grandchildren's names, which really bothered me. Like, I remembered their names, but I had to really focus to remember their names. And I took those little things as they happened in stride. But I remember my neurologist saying, as you get older, all of these things that you're experiencing are going to get worse. And in fact, they have. I mean, I jolt more, my memory, and I'm only 69. When my grandson at that time was maybe about 4 years old, and we were at a restaurant, and we were sitting in booths, and I call them jolts, but they're like jerks where my body will jerk, like I have Tourette's. And I almost fell out of the booth. And he was 4, and he said, "Grandma, are you okay? What just happened?" And I was like, I really didn't know what happened, but it was frightening. And it lasts a quick second. I still have those jolts today. If I'm typing, I have to stop and put my hands really tight to try and make it not happen. And when that happens, I literally want to burst into tears, saying, why did this happen to me? And it's something I can't control or get medical help for. It is what it is. And so I try and tell myself, if there's anything positive that came out of this, is I try and tell myself that don't let it dictate who you are. You dictate the illness or the injury or the event. Every single one of us were injured. We had impacts from this chemical. If I worked in an office and there goes my hand, and we were all in a room and we were ingesting these chemicals, the office would do something with the air system. And that's what needs to happen. I understand it's costly, but you know what? How do you put a price on life?
We were the severest case. I'm the only one on the crew that had no children or a husband or anything. And so when you're by yourself all the time and you see these things that happen to you and you have no control over them, like my balance or my headaches or my tumors, when that kind of thing happens to you and there's nobody there for you, with you, it makes it 10 times harder. So you really dwell on it and you think about it all the time, because it's like, I have friends that check on me just about every day, but they didn't in the beginning. I could have died laying in the floor if I failed. I could have been there for a week before anybody found me. So, it does stay with you. It stays on your mind. And for me, I do think about it every day because I can't get away from it. And we even had an in on the NTSB. The head of the NTSB at that time, he was a friend of mine. He used to fly with Piedmont. That's how I knew him. And Dave flew with him.
I was going to say, David, our captain, flew with him. They knew each other.
So when I talked to Robert and told him what had happened, he gave us an appointment to come and see. And there were two lawyers in there while we were all talking, and you could tell their attitudes were not in favor of us. But he told me, he said, if you'll send me all these reports, we'll look at it. But they didn't. They sent the box back unopened.